Well, I'm the RBImGuy. Thanks to Martin, by the way. Hello, Martin. Thanks for that. And I've been doing, back in the day, NLP. I was teaching NLP and coaching and all that. Lately, I've been doing something called RBIM, which is a realization behavior integration model about how human beings think, perception works, and consciousness operates, and how we build and maintain or stuff like that with what people call reality. Reality? Yes, reality. It's a thing we do in, heads. Well, I'm going to talk about the body work I've been doing for, 20 years, something like that. So, why do I do Interflow? Well, the thing is very easy. When I started doing Interflow, I was reading about Scott Son. He's a guy on the internet. And he's doing martial arts and stuff like that, not the Bruce Lee character type, but and I was reading about it, so it made sense to start doing it because the benefits are real simple. It takes a little time, 5-8 minutes. The benefits are huge. For me, it's brought my mobility or range of movement of my body. I can move my body in many different ways without having any, muscles, oh, I'm a little bit stiff here or tight up like that. So that's why I do. I've been doing it for about 6 years now. And the thing with Interflow, you don't need a classroom like in yoga class or special clothing or something like that. You can do it, when you wake up in the morning or watching commercials on TV, you do something, useful. And for me, it's been rewarding because all the injuries I have been in 3 car accidents, by the way. I don't know what's like, what's life has against me and cars, but stuff happens. I pulled up 3 ribs out of position 20 years ago, and so I have some kind of what people would call whiplash-like stuff in the neck and all that stuff. But here's the thing: if you have vertebrae in your back, right? They attached to one another like this, above each other. Sometimes they interconnect and locks, and that's why we get back issues and all that stuff. And here's the thing: what the body tries to do is it pulls the vertebra, the muscles in the vertebra, and the muscles around there also pulls to protect the area. And that's why people, when they have I can't move, because it hurts and the body is trying to protect. So when we get pain in the body or we get injuries and stuff like that, the body is trying to protect us. So what I found out when I've been doing all this stuff over the years, that if you can increase your range of movement, which I do with Interflow, I don't need to go to a chiropractor or something like that because I rarely get issues with my back or not. So that helps. So if I sit in front of the computer or going to a workout, which is rarely happening, this helps with both recovery and all that stuff. So that's the main reasons I do it. And main reason also is simplicity. Now, if you want to do Interflow and move your joints, make sure you do that and how the body muscles move. One drill, for example, which I developed your back chest area here, it's really hard to work for yourself. So what I've been doing is that if you pull your scapula straight down, that means that if I just pull the scapula straight down, you see my chest goes up like this, and I'll show you like that. So if I'm sitting, I pull my scapulas straight down, you see that kind of movement, right? So my posture, you have to make sure you maintain stability in the lower area so that this doesn't happen. So, right? Now, if you do this kind of, right? And if I lean back, if I pull my scapulas and I lean back, and as I lean back, I also have, the body has to maintain balance at some point, and then you activate the lower back. Now, all this lower back and the scapulas, they attach at the chest area. So when I do that, I contract those a little bit just to activate it, and then I just relax forward. Then I do that again. I contract the scapula, lean back until those kick in, then I turn and relax. Pull scapula, lean back, activate those, turn, lean forward. And this is not much, but here's the thing: when you pull your scapula back, when you're leaning back, you activate the muscles that, you know, attach to, for example, the chest area in the back, right? And also the lower back and all that stuff. When you do this in this kind of way, slow and the way the body is moving, you're do a increasing flexibility and range of movement. That helps with, you know, a lot of stuff like blood flow. That means that your body can easily send blood and reinforcements, if you like, to vertebral areas. If you're a little bit stiff in some areas of around the spine, because if you go to a chiropractor, if you have, you know, your two vertebrae are still locked together, right? So you'll go to a chiropractor to correct them open, right? And it sounds like, you know, a truck, you know, because it's like a two. If you put two glasses together with water in between, you can't lift the glasses up because, you know, it sucks together. So you have to turn the glass to remove it. It's like opening a can or something like that. Now, that's kind of painful and it's kind of, you know, bad thing. So the thing here with chiropractor is when they crack it open, the muscles around the vertebra, right? The muscles around the vertebra haven't changed the status. So a lot of times, if you have had your back locked up, oh, I can't move, you know, go to a chiropractor, fix it. A lot of time, the muscles still are in a firing mode to still protect the area. And for some, that means that the vertebra can snap together again, and a few weeks later or a few days later, they have to go back to chiropractor again. So using Intuflow, that doesn't happen because you can make sure your mobility is around the muscles in the area has a greater range of movement. So if the body has a greater range of movement, you don't get, you know, have to go to the chiropractor that often or if at all. So it's a great way to ensure your flexibility movement. So that's basically why I do it. Simple. It's the best technology I come across over 20 years in its benefits. And just be patient when you start doing this, because the effects doesn't appear after a few days, it appears after a few weeks. And the big kick in happens about 3 or 4 months after you start doing this. And I've been teaching the guy, Coach Hans Anderson, in golf, and he started doing this about twice a day. And he did a little bit too much. He did it for about 40 minutes, elite athletes and all that stuff. So about 5 to 8 minutes, it's well enough to make it happen. And when you start doing this, you will also start to interconnect with your physical body. And it will help you achieve what we call a reference to the vestibular system in the RBIm. So that's why I do it. It's simple, it's easy, and it's fast, and has huge benefits both for my well-being when I'm, you know, using computer or working out or something like that. And I teach this to everyone, and I highly recommend it. I mean, it's a tool for life, if you like. So that's for me.